Hi there. So you just agree that you're happy for me to record the conversation, yeah?
Yes.
Well, very pleased to see you this morning. How are you doing?
Thank you. And yourself?
A little bit agitated. I haven't been allowed free travel to get from here to Lime Street.
Free travel in
Well,
what?
to go about my business. I'm being denied exit from the station.
Right. Have you purchased a ticket
Yes.
where you boarded the train?
I purchased the ticket and I can
Yeah.
show evidence of that.
Right. Have you printed that ticket
I wasn't
off?
able to get it printed now.
Right. Is there a reason why you were unable to get it printed
I was running
off?
for the train. I have to be in a really important meeting in Reading, and I had to run to get the train because it was going to cause me enormous problems if I didn't get that train and was delayed for that really important meeting in Reading.
Right.
And I thought, quite reasonably,
Yeah.
that I've paid for a ticket.
Yeah.
I can prove I paid for a ticket. I can prove I've got the code for the ticket. And I literally, as I've said to these people, all I need to do is to go there to get that ticket and to show these people the ticket that I have purchased and paid for. And they're denying me an ability to do that. I understand their reasoning. All I'm saying is I've paid for a ticket. So my belief is that in law, I can show I've had no intent to defraud anybody.
Yeah.
I haven't travelled this network trying to travel without a ticket, and I can evidence that. And so I did not intend to give these people my personal details. I don't believe they're empowered to take them, and I'm not going to give them to you. Should you, of course, arrest me, I will, of course, give you my personal details,
Yeah.
and I will abide by the empowerment that you have. But I think, frankly, I can travel the country, I can go to Reading, I can go to Manchester, I can go all over the place, get a ticket, I can tap my phone on devices. It's only here in Liverpool that we seem to have this archaic system with these people who cause these problems for people who are just trying to pay for tickets and go about their daily business, minding their own business, which is all I'm trying to do.
Right, okay. Obviously, when you do purchase your ticket on the train line, you do have to tick to the terms and conditions that you have to print it off.
I don't know, nobody ever reads that stuff, do they?
I know, but unfortunately you do need,
Okay.
as you say, on this network here for Merseyrail, they do require you to have the said ticket
Okay.
printed off, ready for inspection at the gate or at the barriers
I take
here.
your point. I take your point.
Yeah.
All I would say is that anybody can have a policy, anybody can make a rule. Yeah, doesn't mean it's a criminal offence. Doesn't mean it's a civil offence. I don't believe I've committed an offence. I mean, they may think I've broken their procedures and policies. That's fine. I don't believe I've committed any offence because I paid money for a ticket to travel, and I can prove that.
Yeah,
so
you
where is
have
my
got,
offence?
No, but you have got your ticket, but you've not printed the
Okay,
said ticket
so
off.
where's my civil
where
or
you
criminal
should have
offence?
But you should have printed it off
Yeah.
before you
Well,
travelled.
you could say you've got to
because
stand
it-
on. Sorry to
well,
interrupt.
no, it does say, obviously, on the train stations and on the trains, that you have to have your ticket
Yeah.
ready to present to these guys. And if you
I
have
get
it
what
on
you're
the
saying.
phone, which is the actual ticket,
And I presented
yours
it.
isn't the actual ticket.
Ah.
Yours is proof to say you've purchased a ticket,
Yeah.
but you've not yet
So-
you've not yet printed that said
I see
ticket
what you're
off.
saying, but
Yeah.
my point is slightly different. My point is that what's happened, you could have a rule on the terms and conditions on Merseyrail saying everybody on the train has to stand on one leg, and everybody would have to stand on one leg, and you could threaten people if they didn't stand on one leg. Now that would be crazy, much as this is crazy, but it's not breaking the law if people don't do it. They're breaking your
But
rules, and
obviously-
that's the difference I'm trying to get across
so
to you.
this is fair bylaws that it is a ticket
Okay.
theory at which we do have to have a said ticket to come onto the station, and for as soon as you board the train
Yes.
you should have a ticket of travel, unless your train station is closed and then you've taken a picture
Yes.
to say it's closed.
Yes.
Come to these guys and they will
Which
sell
it
you
often
a
is.
ticket.
It's often closed, it's often
and
nobody
that's the
there, and then
case.
it would be fine.
But you've purchased your
Right.
ticket already, but unfortunately, because you haven't printed it off,
Yeah.
you should have printed it off before you
So
travelled.
my point to you again is
Yeah,
that I've
go on.
looked at the bylaws,
Yeah.
and I may be wrong, but I've read the bylaws, and my understanding of the bylaws is that they say if you break these bylaws, you may be taken to court.
Yeah.
And if you're taken to court, and it can be shown that there's an intent to defraud,
Right.
you may be prosecuted. Now, I can show there was no intent to defraud.
Okay.
So if we go to court, it's all going to be very annoying for me, very embarrassing for Merseyrail, but I can show there was no intent to defraud, so I don't believe that I'm in any kind of situation where I've broken these bylaws. I'm on the train, I paid for the ticket, I'm trying to go about my business, these people are stopping me. All of our problems, it's not your fault, I know, all of the problems we're having is because you've got these crazy laws bylaws that are about 10, 15 years out of date. The world has moved on. We all buy tickets online. We all represent those on our phones. That's what I'm trying to do, and that's what I'm being stopped from
Can I
doing.
just explain to you, I know what my colleagues tried to explain. So the train line tickets, as you said rightly, you have to print out the tickets. If it's not printed out, it's not valid to travel on the train.
I know this is what the lady said to me.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's not valid on the train.
And what I'm saying is I paid for a
Can I
ticket.
just explain to you?
Yes.
What happened is sometimes people buy train line tickets.
Yes.
They don't print it. They do the journey. They complete the journey.
Yes.
What happens is they get refunded.
Well, that would be terrible.
They get refunded.
That would be terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some people does that.
Yeah, but-
Okay. I'm not saying you do.
No.
Your intention to do that.
Well,
but
specifically-
on these occasions.
Specifically, I
Okay.
asked these people
Right.
to let me go just over there,
Okay.
to print the ticket,
Yeah.
and they would see I'd printed the
Right,
ticket,
okay.
and they
So
would know that it had
their
been paid for.
understanding would be
So
if
it's not
they
a problem.
went here, you
Yeah.
would have done the journey,
Well,
and you got the refunded as well from
But
the
of
train
course
line.
they're always
which
here. I
some
mean,
people does that. Okay. So
have you had anybody leaving Liverpool Central Station without paying? Because you can't get past
let me
these
explain.
people.
So at the moment,
They're
you
always here.
traveled without the valid tickets.
You're saying that,
So
yes.
okay, without no, I mean
But you said
it
that.
is.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
I've
on
paid for a
terms and
ticket.
conditions without
Okay,
valid
well,
tickets.
we'll disagree on that.
Now,
That's okay.
You can deal with them as a civil matter, as you say.
Yes.
Yep. You can give your details to them.
Well, I'm not gonna do
and,
that.
And if you don't, then the police get involved.
Yep.
Police get involved.
As-
then it
as
becomes
indeed
the
has
criminal
happened.
matter.
Yes.
Where it's dealt as a ticket fraud.
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Because I'm not giving these people my details.
So,
Because I've paid for a
So
ticket.
this is what's happening now.
There
So I hope you
cannot be
understand.
ticket fraud
okay.
because I've paid for the ticket.
Well, that's not valid ticket,
There's
sir.
no intention to defraud in law.
Well, we don't know because.
Well, I can prove it. I mean, I can show you the receipt and I can get it printed. There's no intention to
As I say,
defraud.
it's not valid.
Okay, well, you know, if we have...
reliably informed, that's not a valid ticket. It's
Okay.
a reference number for a ticket.
Well, I've had all
that
three of you inform me
purchased.
that.
You should have
Yeah.
printed your ticket
So-
off before you travelled.
So, can I just go and print the ticket off?
No, you should have done it before you travelled.
Oh, I see. So-
you can't travel without
So
a
you're
valid
going to
ticket.
take me to court because you won't let me print a ticket. Okay, well, let's do it then. What do we do next?
Obviously, you need to provide your details to these people
I'm not
here.
going to.
Can I just is there a reason why you don't want
Yeah,
to?
because I don't believe they're empowered to take them, and I don't believe I have to give them to
They
them.
do have the power to take your details.
No, they don't.
They do. They are accredited.
I don't believe that. I'm
Right.
sorry.
Well-
I will give. If I'm arrested, I will give my details to the arresting police officer
Yeah.
when hearing the basis upon which I'm being arrested, because that will then be used in the court of law.
Right. At the moment, I do have a necessity because you're not failing to provide your details.
I will not provide my details
But,
until I'm arrested.
Yeah. Why would I want to arrest you?
Well, I don't want you to arrest me, but
Yeah,
I'm not,
I don't want to arrest
nobody
you and
has any
take you
business-
to custody.
Yeah,
And
I really
you've
don't
got
want
a
that
meeting
either.
to get
I
to.
really don't want
I've
that.
still got things to do today,
I'm
obviously.
not going to be pressured into giving
Yeah.
people my details. I have a right not to have the right to privacy. I will not give people my details and you're pressuring me to do that. I don't believe you have a right to take my details until you arrest me. If you arrest me, if there is a basis for you to arrest me, and you arrest me, and you tell me why I'm being arrested, I will of course comply and I will of course give my details. But I
Right.
will be arrested first before I give that information.
But then, what I'm going to say, if I arrest you, then
Yeah.
I take it on a police matter.
Yeah.
Where you provide your details to them.
Yeah.
You fill a complaint form in. You're not happy because of the system. So why don't you write to Merseyrail and explain
we,
to them
we really need
the
to change the
system?
system, and when this goes on social media, a lot of people are going to start talking about why the system needs to change, because it's broken. I can travel all around the country paying online using my phone.
Yes,
That's
but you
just
haven't
normal.
got the ticket.
I have
You
paid for a ticket,
Yeah, but
and I
that's
can
just the
print that
reference
ticket
number.
just over there.
Yes, but you should have
I can
printed the ticket before you travel.
And you're going to arrest me for that.
Right, so obviously we're just going round in
We are,
circles,
yeah.
aren't we?
We are, yeah.
Right. Just give me 1 minute.
What an absolute waste of everybody's time. These people must have far better things to do than wasting their time with me for this kind of thing. These rules really need to change, because, you know, we're so far behind the rest of the country in Liverpool. It's quite unbelievable, you know. So the lady who spoke to me now doesn't seem to be arresting me. I'm not entirely sure if she's legally empowered to arrest me as British Transport Police. That's up in the air. She seems to be on the phone, so I'm suspecting that she may be calling the police who may then come to talk to me and come to arrest me. So this is just even more of a waste of everybody's time. But fundamentally, I don't believe that I should be required to give anybody my details unless they're a duly empowered police officer and I'm being arrested for some kind of crime, which I don't believe I've committed in any way, shape or form, because there was no intent for me to defraud. And I can show that and I can prove that.